Cristiano Ronaldo wants Casemiro at Al-Nassr. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Guys, I told you whether I'm on the go, I'm sleeping, I'm resting, I'm driving, whatever I'm doing, I will interrupt to bring to you a Manchester United news update. Welcome again. Well, have you subscribed, guys? Now, quick one. This has just come through, and I thought, guys, well, just pause your travels, just keep it short, fam, and just give people what you promised to give them. Now, the latest coming through from a small but largely credible source from France is it's called Foot Mercato. They are suggesting that Cristiano Ronaldo has advised, if I should use the word, his club Al Nassr to sign Casemiro. Now, remember, Ronaldo and Casemiro were both recently picking up awards at the Globe Soccer Awards in Dubai, where Casemiro was recognized for his achievements in football, especially his career that saw him win so many trophies, including Champions League titles, 5 of them, and of course a Carabao Cup with Manchester United. But mostly the 5 Champions League titles he won with Real Madrid are probably the reason why he was given the honor and that award, that recognition, which I think is a good thing. And at those same awards, Cristiano Ronaldo was there, as you'd expect. He keeps picking up those awards since they were inaugurated. And they had a conversation, and Cristiano Ronaldo is trying to interest Casemiro in joining him at Al Nassr. And you might think, why would he do that? I've told you here before that I thought at one point that Kobe Maino is the player who would send Casemiro to Saudi Arabia in January. Of course, it may not happen now, but reports like this make sense because, for starters, Casemiro has been injured for a long time, just returning from injury. There is no guarantee that he will pick up the form he was on last season. He's been out of squad for quite some time. He had scored 4 goals in the 12 games he's played this season. He has been an important player for Manchester United. But the reality is, with such him coming in and the changes he wants to make, he wants to cut the wage bill. The obvious people he's going to start with are the aging players who are earning so much money. And Casemiro is one of those. And I've been saying it here before that in the summer, for me, I wouldn't be surprised, or I wouldn't even feel bad if Casemiro is among the players we cashed in on, even if it's in this January, if someone is going to give us some money, because his contract currently runs out in 2026. I honestly don't think we are going to achieve so much this season. I think the one thing we are desperate for now is making money so that we can sign players like Michael Olise, all these players we want to sign. Now, if Casemiro attracts interest from Al Nassr, that's a club that can pay easily any amount of money we ask for a player they want. More so if Cristiano Ronaldo has advised them to get him, I think for me it makes sense. So that is why for me this is a rumor that I would actually praise true, because it solves a bigger problem for Manchester United if we got money. Because the thing is, if we keep Casemiro around for long, chances are we are going to lose him either for free when he finishes his contract in 2026, which I think won't happen. But even if not, even if he stays until the end of the summer, I don't think we'll get reasonable figures for him. So how about if, and the situation at Al Nassr is that now they want to let go of Seko Fofana. They have informed him he has been there holding midfielder, the Ivory Coast midfielder, who recently, who had played for less. He was told that he can leave in January, so there will be room for them to sign another player. And of course, there are debates because there are limited slots for foreign players in the Saudi Pro League. But if Fofana leaves, they have got to replace him, and that is where Cristiano Ronaldo is advising them to get Casemiro, because they are currently lying second in their Saudi Pro League behind Al Hilal. They are thinking if Fofana leaves and he's looked at as a prospect to replace Jordan Henderson at Al Ettifaq, that is Steven Gerrard's side. If Fofana goes that side, then there's room. Do they bring back David Ospina into the squad? Because remember, he was injured for the longest time and he was removed from the squad, of course, to have more space for players who are going to give them value. Should they bring back Ospina in the squad, or would they replace an important player in an important position in Fofana? And that's where exactly Cristiano Ronaldo comes in and is telling them, go for Casemiro. They have won titles together. And me and and it's not even a phone call, Ronaldo was standing next to Casemiro when they were picking up their awards. And honestly, if Ronaldo told Casemiro to join him in Al Nassr, I think for me, there is no way Casemiro would say no. Because of the money, he's Brazilian. He built a very big mall in Brazil. But he wants to make, this is the evening of his career. He wants to make as much money as he can make as he signs out of his career. And after picking up that award, the Globe Soccer Award, it then puts him so high up there on the pedestal that a Saudi club like Al Nassr will break the bank to buy him. And for them anyway, it's not about breaking the bank. We always have the cash anyway. but they will buy him, if you know what I mean. So, and they would pay him crazy money. So for me, I think it's something we need to follow seriously. Uh, and of course, it can spark debates. The emotional man United supporters will be going, is Web mad? How do you talk of us losing Casemiro right now? For me, I actually think Casemiro is an important player. Not Don't get it twisted, but the more important thing for United right now is money. We need money to buy players who are going to make the Sajim dream come true. Casemiro is not going to be the player to make the Sajim dream come true. Casemiro can stay around and give us his best for the end of the season, and by what will his best achieve us? The best Casemiro's best can get us is the FA Cup or and maybe a top four finish, which is also looking quite unlikely because we've been terrible. So do we say let's make money from Casemiro now if Al-Nassr comes calling with their cash? For me, I think business-wise, that will be the smart long-term approach to take. Cashing on him when there's still value to him. Because stay with him longer, we'll be stuck with him the way we are stuck with Maguire, the way we are stuck with players like Chris Smalling at some point. They've been stuck with so many players because we keep players around way too long, even when it is clear that they have overstayed their good, they are surplus to requirements. We still want to keep them around. Now, Casemiro might not be exactly surplus to requirements, but there is an opportunity in Casemiro for us to make money, which we'll never make from Scott McTominay, which we'll never make from Anthony Martial, but money, because with Casemiro, I think we can actually negotiate for a decent £50 million. Yeah, a Saudi team, Al Nassr can pay us 50 million quid. And for me, that's money, that's decent to get for a player who is in his 30s, like 31. Isn't it? Wouldn't that be good business? Leaving us with a big wage we are paying him over 340,000 pounds per week when we are struggling to even raise £5 million to get a player on loan. So for me, that's where I feel, guys, we've got to stop being sentimental and thinking like supporters. Let's think like people who feel for the long, term good of the club. We want this club to be performing well in the long term. So for me, Cristiano Ronaldo, I do hope he pushes on. And remember, Ronaldo is like he was. This is why he was brought into the Saudi Pro League. I mean, I don't think Al Nassr is paying his entire wages, and of course the fee is signed. He was signed for. I think it's the whole Saudi government. It's the whole because anyway, it's one of the clubs that are being benefacted by that Saudi project. So I think it's a whole deliberate effort for them to raise football in Saudi, and they brought the biggest player in the world to help them attract so many players, and we've seen an influx of players there since Cristiano Ronaldo joined. He was just recently saying that the Saudi Pro League is better than the French league, which I actually think would make sense because the way PSG has been bossing it. Imagine in the Saudi Pro League, Cristiano Ronaldo is scoring goals for fun, but his Al Nassr is still second on the log. It shows you that this league is actually decently competitive because there is not only one club that has money, not only Al Nassr has money. So there's a bit of evenness compared to other Bundesliga, French League One, and all these other leagues. So it makes sense. So for me, I think this would be good for Casemiro. It would be good for Al Nassr, but it would be very good, extremely good for Manchester United if we got some money, more than £50 million from Al Nassr or any other Saudi club that comes calling for Casemiro at his age. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. Let me get back to my travels, guys, as we do continue. Of course, the United Hotspot, I told you, any United story, regardless where we are, we will park a plane in space just to bring it to you. Don't you move it. Subscribe, become a member, and let's enjoy this.